Welcome back to the pharmacy, where we talk about using nature's pharmacy instead of big pharma. My name is Dr. Tamitha Davis. I am a doctor of naturopathy, and I love talking about herbal remedies and gardening and being pregnant over the age of 40 because that's what I was pregnant over the age of 40 for the very first time at the age of 43. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about the top 10 herbs for anxiety. So if that is your jam, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, do all the fun things, and let's dive into today's topic. Right, number one for anxiety is ashwagandha. I love talking about ashwagandha. It's an adaptogenic herb. I used it before I was pregnant, like 5 years before I was pregnant, to help balance out my cortisol levels. I actually used it during my first trimester, mainly because most of it I didn't know I was pregnant at the time, but it helped to balance out my anxiety and stuff with dealing with, I'm 40, I'm going to become a mom, so I needed a little bit of TLC, and this helped to balance out my cortisol levels. It helps to calm the nervous system, it helps to stabilize your mood, and it helps with people who have chronic anxiety. So I like to take this in a powder form. I take between 300 to 600 milligrams a day. If you're on the heavier side, you want to take more closer to the 600 milligrams. If you're over like 200 pounds, you can take up to 800 milligrams a day. Now this actually works really well with a fat of some sort because it is kind of fat soluble. You can do it with a coconut milk or avocado. I like to mix it up into some coconut yogurt and take it that way. I don't mind the taste of it. It doesn't really taste very, very strong or earthy. And if you don't like to take powder form, you can take it in capsules, or you can also take it in a tincture form. Number two, my favorite, lemon balm. I have that stuff growing everywhere, like in places I did not want it to grow, but it is awesome for calming your mind, help to calming your nervous system, helps you to sleep, reduces any anxiety that you have, like in your stomach, like you get those butterflies, maybe not in a good way, but you get like that tight tension and stuff in that nervous stomach. Then lemon balm is really, really awesome for that. Lemon in general, if you're just breathing in lemon, it helps to enlighten you and helps to improve your mood and things like that. Now, I like to take this in a tea form at nighttime with my holy basil and some chamomile tea right before bed, like 30 minutes before bed, to help just to calm down my body. Or you can take it into a tincture form, like 1 dropper a couple times a day. Number three would be passion flower. Passion flower is awesome for people who have those racing thoughts. Women, you know how like we keep busy, and then at nighttime we go lay down, we have all these racing thoughts. I should have done this, I should have done that. So this is really great for people who has a lot of racing thoughts or panic attacks. Improve your sleep and helps to kind of calm down those racing thoughts. Now this is something that you want to take before bed. 1 to 2 dropperfuls of a tincture right before bed. This also is very beneficial. So if you're actually in the middle of having a panic attack, taking like 3 dropperfuls of this passion flower will help to reset your mind and get you out of that panic mode. Number 4, I've kind of already mentioned this one, it's chamomile. Again, I like to take this at nighttime. Chamomile is actually really good for a lot of things like inflammation, external on your skin, but it's really, really good to help relax your muscles. So if you went and you worked out a lot, or you just had that tension in your shoulders and your upper back, it helps to relax those muscles. If you're a person who gets irritated easily, it helps to balance that out so you're not so irritated, kind of just relaxing the nervous system. And it also helps to give you some peaceful, restful sleep as well. That's why I like to take it before bedtime. Now this can be taken in capsule form, tea form, or in a tincture. If you're having like anxiety, just like with the passion flower, you can take this. It may not be as effective during a heightened panic attack, but you can actually combine those two together to help with your anxiety or your panic disorder. Number 5 is lavender. I had just started growing lavender all over my yard because I just love it so much. I love using it in my teas. I love to help to do it in essential oils. I don't grow it for essential oils. I don't have nearly enough to make essential oil, but essential oil is really, really great to help to calm your racing thoughts and stuff. But you just don't want to take too much of it because lavender can have the opposite effect in high doses. So you want to make sure that you're monitoring how much you're taking and not taking too much. This is going to help to reduce your anxiety. It's going to help you to sleep at nighttime. It's going to calm down any nervous tension that you may have in your body. It also helps with any inflammation that you may have in your gut. Number 6 is valerian. Now, valerian, I do have it growing. The flower smells awesome, but the valerian root, where the medicine is at, smells horrific. But it's very, very effective. It does that deep calming effect. You don't want to take it during the daytime because it will make you sleepy. So you want to take this at nighttime. So it does help to improve your sleep. It reduces restlessness. So if you have a lot of that restless leg situation going on, or you just can't find yourself to get comfortable, or if you're having sciatic nerve pain or any sort of nerve pain, it really helps work on your nerves. So if you have a lot of nervous tensions, headaches, like if you're having migraines and stuff, valerian is really, really good for that. Now you want to take 1 to 2 capsules or 1 to 2 dropperfuls before bedtime. Again, don't do this during the daytime. Number 7, I've already talked about, but that would be holy basil, also known as tulsi. And I mix this with my chamomile and with my lemon balm before bed. But tulsi is really great for balancing out your mood. It helps with menstrual cramps. It helps to reduce stress. Any other issues you have with your cramping, like during your period, your menstrual cycle, it helps with that as well. You want to drink 1 to 2 cups throughout the day. It's not going to make you drowsy, so you can drink it in the morning. And if you're one of those people who get emotional during your menstrual cycle, this is also beneficial for that. Just wanted to make note of that on here. Number 8 would be skullcap. Skullcap is awesome for anything. Just think of skullcap, you skull. Okay, it's going to help you with anything that's going up here, racing thoughts, to kind of calm down those heightened panic moments. So if you do have panic disorders, if you go into a panic attack, you may notice that they don't last as long. But once you start using this more long term, you're going to start to notice that you don't get anxiety or panic issues quite as often. Now you take this into a tincture form is where it's going to really benefit you most. You can do it in a tea, but tincture is probably going to be best. 1 to 2 dropperfuls every day. Number 9, kava kava. Yeah, I said it twice because that's what its name is. Now, kava kava, I took this with maca. Maca kind of gave me energy, but the kava kind of helped to calm me down a little bit, and it kind of sounded counterproductive, but it worked really, really well together. So if you are a woman who's having hormonal imbalances and long, heavy periods, and you get a lot of anxiety, taking maca and kava kava together is chef's kiss. Let me tell you what. It's very great for socialized anxiety. So if you don't like to be out in public, which I didn't, I got anxiety every time I went to places that had lots of people. So this is going to be one of those herbs that's going to help you with socialized anxiety type symptoms. Also, if you have a lot of like muscle tension and stuff, because I know a lot of times when you're having anxiety, like I was like this, like I had a lot of shoulder and neck pain, this is going to help to kind of relax you a little bit so that you can't feel all that tension in your back. Now, kava kava, you kind of want to start that at a lower dose and kind of build your way up to see where your nice sweet spot is, because if you take too much, it can actually have the opposite effect, just like with the lavender. So start off with like 100 milligrams, and you can work your way up to 300 to 400 milligrams, especially if you're on the heavier side. And this works best if you take it in a tincture form. Now, I do want to make mention that if you have a liver condition, anything going on with your liver diseases, cirrhosis, whatnot, you don't want to take kava kava because it processes through your liver and it can cause more damage if you have liver damage. Coming in at number 10 is blue vervain. Blue vervain helps to release nervous tension, reduces the emotional overwhelm. So if you've gone through like an emotional state, breakup, or a death in a family or a friend, this would be something that you can take to help to calm your emotions. Now, this is best to take it into a tincture form. You can do a tea, but I would recommend more of taking it in a tincture, 1 to 3 dropperfuls a few times a day. I have not seen a whole lot of studies on taking this long term, so I would maybe recommend doing your own research on this one and only take it in a short period of time, because it can have some other effects on your liver and your kidneys, particularly if you're taking it in large doses. Any of these herbal remedies, you don't want to take them in large doses anyway. All right, you guys, there is my top 10 for anxiety. If you guys found this video informative, please do consider subscribing, sharing, and commenting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!